Hi, let me ask you a question. What would you do right now if you were not afraid of failing? What risk would you take? Think about it. How many vision have you buried just because fear whispered, what if it doesn't work? But here's the truth. Fear is not the enemy. It's the compass pointing to your growth. And failure is not final. It's just the feedback. Today on the Laurince podcast, we're going to break the walls of fear and failure for good and show you how they can actually become the stepping stones of your greatest success right after this. Welcome to the Laurince podcast. I'm Jonathan Lawrence, author of the business book, The One True Wonder, entrepreneur and musician. And I want to thank you for tuning in. A special shout out to all of you who subscribe to my channel. As you know, listen, that's the number one way you can really support what we do. So I can be encouraged and to bring some very good, inspiring topics to you. And thank you for those of you who wrote me text and email and send me some questions. Get ready. I'm going to answer all your questions and also send me some feedbacks. That's how we can grow. As you know, it's a brand new channel, so I have a lot to learn and we're going to learn together through the journey. So let's grow together. I have some very good, important topics that I want to teach you guys and share with you so we can grow together in our personal improvement journey and also in our businesses. We're going to get better together. All right? Very good. Today's episode is for every dreamer, every doer, and every fighter who has ever stumbled on their journey. Fail forward. How to turn our setbacks into setups for success. Let's be real. Failure isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Therefore, we have learned to appreciate our failures. Listen to this. We learn more from our failures than we learn from our successes. So let's embrace our failures. Here's the truth. Failure doesn't mean that you finished. Conversely, failure is the classroom where greatness is taught. Henry Ford said once, failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, to restart fresh, but this time more intelligently. And that's exactly what we are diving into today. Redefining failure. Too many people see failure as final, like it's the end of the movie, there's no hope, it's over. No, it's not final. Failure is not a tombstone, but it's a stepping stone. See it this way. It's like missing the mark. The mark would be whatever it is the objective, the goal was, the target was, which is okay. We will miss the mark in life. Okay? When that happens, what you do, you get back up again. You learn from your past mistakes. You regroup and you get back at it again. You understand? Listen to this. It's comparable to losing a battle, but not the war. You will lose some battles in life, but try not to lose the war. You get it? This reminds me of the story of Steve Jobs. We all know that he built Apple from the ground up and then got fired by the very company that he built. Most people would be crushed. I gotta be honest here. Just imagine I built immunity footwear and make it successful and later on get fired by the same very company that I built with all my sweat and blood and all that. I would be crushed too. But it's okay. But Steve Jobs had a different mentality. He said something that historical to me. He said that being fired by Apple was the best thing that ever happened to him. You see the mentality? Because it gave him the opportunity. and the space to work on other companies like Pixar and Next. Guess what happened? He made the biggest comeback in business history. We have a lot to learn from this. Our attitude and response to what happened to us is more important than the event itself. See, instead of having a reaction to what happened, it's best to cultivate the ability to have a response to what happened. The problem is that sometimes we think that what happened to us, but it happened for us. You understand? For those of us who believe in God, we understand that once a door closes, another door opens. And God has always something in store for us. In Romans 8, verse 28, it says that all things work together for those who love God. Let me give you a quick story. Not too long ago, my daughter called me, and the company she was working for went bankrupt. Something happened, and she got laid off. And that was her first time being fired, her first job, and she got crushed. I could tell. She came to me. She was telling me the story. And I was trying to encourage her and make sure that she's in good spirit. She was in good spirit, but come on, just lost your job, rather. So she got crushed by the situation. I was talking to her, trying to encourage her, and was telling her that our attitude to what happened is more important than the event itself. And to keep a good attitude, and when one door closes, another door will open. God knows what he's doing. What happened didn't happen to you, but it happened for you. Guess what happened next? Right now, she's working for another company. She's so excited. Dad, I'm learning so much. So she has a better job. Sometimes God has a better opportunity for us. You must go through some failures in life, through some setbacks in life, so you can get back on your feet and set yourself for success. So sometimes we have to go to some failures in life so we can learn from it and get back up again. Which brings me to the terminology failing forward. John Maxwell, in his book Failing Forward, he said this: the difference between average people and high achievers is their perception of and their response to failure. So our attitude determines our altitude, how far you're going to go. It's all about the attitude and your response to what happened to you. And the Bible reminds us in Proverbs 24, verse 16, that though the righteous falls 7 times, they will rise again. It's simply God telling us that failure is not final. It's not the end. But rising up again, get back up again, it is our destiny. So may you get back up again. Did you know that Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before creating the light bulb? And when asked if he felt like a failure, Edison replied,
I didn't fail 1,000 times.
the light bulb was simply an invention of 1,000 steps. You see the attitude? Very good. Now, here's an action step for you to consider. Write down your last 3 failures. List at least one lesson that you have gained from it, and reframe them as steps, not setbacks. You're going to reframe them as steps to move forward smarter, wiser, and more intelligently. But don't use them as setbacks. You get it? All right. Hey, family. Jonathan Laurince here, and I've got something special for you. If you ever felt like the odds were just stacked against you, then my new book, The One True Wonder, was written for you. pop memoir, pop masterclass, this book will inspire you to turn your obstacles into opportunities and build a brand from the ground up. Whether you are a seasoned or an aspiring entrepreneur, or a creative or a dreamer, this book is your blueprint for purpose driven success.
So go ahead, grab your copy of The One Shoe Wonder today on Amazon, and let's walk this journey together. The link is in the description. Thank you.
Part 2, building resilience as your superpower. Before we talk about building resilience as a superpower, it's very important that we understand that failure is like a loss, like the loss of a loved one, the loss of a close friend, the loss of a family member. Just like after a breakup in a relationship, a grieving process is inevitable. You need to allow yourself to grieve the loss of that person that you love during that failure as well. Let's say you build a company and you had some setbacks and you had a bad quarter or you lose a company. Anything can happen. You have to allow yourself to grieve. During that grieving period, you will experience like a feeling of being defeated. You'll feel embarrassed. Most people even feel feel ashamed. I'm here to tell you today there's nothing to be ashamed about. You're just a fighter who lost the battle, but you have not lost the war. Now here's the kicker. During that grieving period, will grow in you character and resilience. See, through a failure, you will grow resilience. So instead of a loss, really, you are gaining. You are gaining something from there. While you're grieving, you will grow the acceptance of the situation and you will grow character. Given that you understand that a failure is not the end, it's not final. Failure is not a tombstone. Failure is a stepping stone. Okay? But the point is, you have to allow yourself to grieve, learn, and get back up again because you have comeback power within you. Now, understand that's when resilience is growing within you, character is growing within you, and you will use those things as your superpower. Resilience is the ability to endure during tough time. And this is one of the attributes, one of the attitudes that you must have to become a winner, to become a successful entrepreneur. Therefore, resilience is also the capacity to withstand and recover from adversity. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you will encounter adversity. If your life is made of win, 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 like the song says, all I do is win, 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 no matter what, guess what? Resilience is not being grown in you. It's not being built in you. You need to have a good attitude when you lose so you can have the better attitude when you win. A great philosopher said once, if you don't give up, you still have a chance. And that giving up is the greatest failure of all. Would you agree? I agree with that statement. As long as you're still in the game, as long as you're still fighting, as long as you're still grieving and working, brainstorming, you still have a chance. So hold on, my brother. Hold on, my sister. Keep brainstorming. Keep getting your strength back. Your opportunity to rise again is right around the corner. So hold on, be strong. Very good. Resilience is the muscle that you build when life knocks you down. See, Joseph in the book of Genesis was betrayed by his own brother. Can you imagine that? He was thrown into prison and sold into slavery by his own brother. What a failure. But if you read the full story, you'll find out that every setbacks that Joseph encountered positioned him closer to his assignment. And to make the story short, at the end, Joseph went from the pit to the palace. And what the enemy meant for evil, God turned it to good. So, adversity, failure is a part of the game, it's a part of the process. We need to learn to embrace the process that will lead us to success. Some people, they just want success without going through the process. Let's learn to appreciate the process. Now, here's your action steps to build your resilience daily. Journal your struggles, celebrate your small wins, surround yourself with mentors who remind you that you are not alone. Now, let me close part two with this statement. It is very important. Listen to this. I want you to remember that resilience is built in the shadow before the spotlight finds you. Believe me, it will. Things will not remain the same. You will get back up again. But make sure when the spotlight comes, it finds you ready, strong, smarter, wiser, and ready to take on the journey and take your company, your business to the promised land. Hola family, Jonathan here. Listen, I've got something fresh for your fit and your style. Would you like to know what it is? I'm glad you asked. At Immunity Footwear, we are redefining what it means to walk with purpose, confidence, and style. With a full collection of stylish, comfortable, and durable shoes for both men and women, we've got it all. From sleek dress shoes, everyday sneakers, our innovative listless tennis shoes. Look at this thing of beauty. Look at that. Whew. Wonderful. And our all new golf shoe collection. Whether you're dressing up, stepping out, working out, we've got the perfect pair for you. So why wait? Head over to immunityfootwear.com. It's immunityfootwear.com and shop now. Now. The link is in the description. Immunity Footwear, changing and impacting the world one shoe at a time. Thank you for your support. Part 3, extracting lessons from setbacks. We have to appreciate that whether it's in life or in business, we will encounter setbacks, failures, and adversities. But it is our responsibility, it is up to us to learn the lesson from them and apply them in our daily lives and apply them in our businesses moving forward. May I suggest to you another way of learning? It is from other people's mistakes. You see, you don't have to experience it all. You don't have to make all the mistakes and all the failures in the book. That's what a mentor is for. A coach is for. The coach will help you to avoid all the pitfalls, all the mistakes, because he's been there, done that. There's an author who goes by the name of Otto von Bismarck. He said something that's very important. He says that a wise man learn from other people's mistakes. So you see, just listen to your mentor. If you don't have one, look for a mentor. By the way, I do coaching, and in the description, I'll leave some information for you if you would like to have me as your coach to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur, in your journey as a business person. All right. Now let's get back to this. So a mentor will help you to avoid those mistakes. So you got help. Don't go through it by yourself because some mistakes are very hard to recover from. You understand? Very good. Alex Hormozy says something very important. He says that every mistake you make is a data point that teaches you how not to do it the next time because failure is feedback. Eric Ries, the author of the book The Lean Startup, teaches us that failing is not about losing. Conversely, failing is about pivoting. Let me give you an example. Just like you were using a business model for your business, okay? And the failure that you encounter cause you to pivot to another business model that will serve your clientele better, your target market better, and that would place you in a position of authority in your industry. So get ready to pivot right away. Because you encounter failure doesn't mean that it's the end or it's failing. No, 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 no. It's a data point that tells you this business model will not work for this. You just have to pivot to another. This one is for our fellow authors and writers. Okay? Listen, J.K. Rowling's, she was rejected by over 12 publishers. Hear that? Over 12 publishers rejected her story until one took a chance on Harry Potter. And today, Harry Potter is a multi-billion-dollar franchise. So being rejected once, twice, 12, 15 times doesn't mean it's the end, doesn't mean that it's a failure. You just have to keep at it. See, this requires a certain amount of persistence. There's another word that we need to include in that lesson. Not only resilience, but persistence. But you got to persist, stay the course when things get hard. We studied that in the prior episode, right? So therefore, persist. If this publisher rejects you, you go to another one, go to another one, go to another one. See, rejection is not a sign of failure. Rejection simply means that this product's not for this person. You know, you're not for everybody. Simply mean that you need to find your target market. Just look for your avatar. So it's just a matter of perception, the way you perceive your rejection, your no's. Okay? So it's an occasion for you to pivot. We have to appreciate and understand that every setback is information to refine your idea, to refine your vision, to refine what it is you're working on. Therefore, your setbacks and your failures help you to sharpen your execution and bring you closer to impact. Hey guys, I hope that you're enjoying the content of today's podcast. It is put together just for you. But we have a problem. My team just told me that some of you are watching, but you're not subscribing to the channel. I need your help. That's the number one way you can really help us to grow as a channel. I want to be able to put some very good, valuable content out there that will help you to grow in your self-improvement journey, also help you to grow your business and help you to grow your brand. So please help us hit the subscribe button right now so you can be the first to know about our content in our next episode. So please do this. Do this right now, right now, right now. All right? Let's go back to the episode. I said earlier that we go through things for a reason. We go through adversities. We go through failures for a reason. And it's our responsibility to learn from them and also apply them in our businesses, in our daily lives. But also it's an opportunity for us to pass it on to others, an opportunity to package it as a product, as a service, and pass it on to others. That's another way to solve other people's problems. You can transform your pain, your struggle, and package it as a service or a product or a content. that can help others in their struggle. The things that you go through, you can be sure that other people go through the same situation as well. So here you are coming for solution to that problem. It'll be well received. You just have to package it in a way, productize it so others can benefit from it. And that will be a way of you to not only give value and get a profit out of it by using your unique experience and resilience as a catalyst for growth and a platform for business. Myron Golden teaches us that your mess can become your message. And the things that you thought that disqualified you become that very thing that qualifies you to inspire others. So your story matters. Your unique experience matters. You just have to tell your story. Oprah is a perfect example. We all know her story. She grew up in poverty, experienced abuse, and a lot of rejections. Instead of letting her pain destroy her, she used it to fuel her mission to inspire others. Today, she's one of the most influential voices on the planet because she used her pain as her story as fuel to empower others. You can do the same. So I want you to ask yourself today, what pain have you gone through that can be packaged into a book, a business, a course, or a movement that changes lives? Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you survived. And someone needs to hear your story to survive as well. Come on and tell your story. Tell us about your failures. Tell us about your successes. Tell your story. Now, here is the action step for this lesson. Take one of your past failures and decide, how can I use this as fuel today? You can use it as fuel for content, for your passion, for your business idea, and for your testimony. Share that story with someone else who needs encouragement today. Hey, family. As I close episode 3, and you all know that I never like to let you go without sharing some words of encouragement and empowerment with you. I want you to be inspired and motivated to unleash the best out of you, unleash the greatness out of you. As you can tell, I believe in you. I believe that you have greatness within you and you are beautifully made by God to reach your full potential. So to start that business, write that book and do what it is that your mission is. So I hope that these words may stir something inside of you and prepare you to reach your full potential. So here it is. Failure is not a wall. It's a doorway. And every great success story that you have heard and admired was written in the ink of failure. The difference is they didn't quit. They chose to fail forward. So here's my challenge for you. The next time life knocks you down, don't just get up. Get up stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. And remember, your setback is a setup for a greater comeback. You might have failed in business, in relationships, in school, or in life. But let today be the day you rewrite the story. So get up. This week, step boldly. Take that risk. Pitch that idea. Apply for that opportunity. And if you stumble, don't fear. Because failing forward is how you win. As Les Brown once said, if you can look up, you can get up. And as I always remind you, your next level is waiting for you on the other side of your last failure. So rise. God is on your side. Fail forward and turn your setback into setups for your success. See you at the top. Thank you for listening to the Laurince podcast, where we equip and empower you to walk in purpose and build a life that you were created for. If today's message inspired you, be sure to subscribe, like, and share it with someone that needs this message. Stay connected with me on YouTube and all podcast platforms. I'm Jonathan Lawrence, and this was the Lawrence Podcast. Until next time, keep moving forward, keep believing, and keep building. God bless.